Hello, my friends. I'm glad you are here. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders relax. You can simply listen. Now, let's talk about something ordinary today. Vehicles. We see them so often that we stop thinking about them. We ride, we arrive, we move on. But have you ever wondered about one gentle question? How did humans move from a life of walking and carrying to a life where we can move heavy things across long distances? It feels normal now, but long ago it was not normal at all. Long ago, if you wanted to move something, you used your own body, your own arms, your own back, your own time. And that simple fact shaped human life. Long before large cities, people lived close to the land. They moved with the seasons. They searched for water. They followed animals. They stayed near food when they could. When food became scarce, they left and looked for a new place. They carried what they owned. They carried tools. They carried food. They carried children. If you can carry it, you can keep it. If you cannot carry it, you must leave it. So early people looked for small ways to make carrying easier. They used baskets. They used skin bags. They used ropes made from plant fibers. They used wooden poles to lift a load between two people. These were not big inventions, but they mattered. They saved energy. They saved time. They saved strength for the next day. Then another change came. People began to work with animals in a new way. Not only hunting animals, not only raising animals for milk or wool, but using animals for pulling and carrying. A strong animal could carry a load on its back. It could also pull a load behind it. Imagine a simple scene. A family has gathered wood. They have clay pots. They have grain. The distance to the next camp is long. Their hands are full. Their backs are already tired. Then they tie part of the load to an animal. The animal takes the weight. The family can breathe again. The journey becomes possible. At first, the vehicle was not a cart. It was something simpler. It was a frame made from poles. Two long poles dragged on the ground. The front ends were tied to an animal. The load sat on the poles. It scraped the earth as it moved. It was slow. It was rough. It was noisy. But it worked. It turned a heavy load into a moving load, and that changed the shape of daily life. It meant you could bring more food. You could bring more tools. You could bring more water. You could bring more building materials. It also meant you could travel farther without losing everything. Over time, some groups began to stay longer in one place. Villages formed. People stored food. They kept jars of grain. They kept tools for farming. They kept cloth. They kept salt. When you store more, you own more. And when you own more, you need better ways to move it. Trade began in a quiet way. Two groups met near a river. One group had fish and shells. Another group had stone tools. They exchanged. They spoke. They learned. Then they went back home. But trade changed when moving became easier. Now it could be a trip, not just a meeting. People could say, "We will go to that place." They could bring more goods. They could return with more goods. Slowly, paths became important. A safe path mattered. A river crossing mattered. A mountain pass mattered. A place with clean water mattered. People used the same routes again and again. And when many people use the same route, something happens. A resting place becomes a small camp, then a few huts, then a market day, then a town. Movement helped build towns. Towns also created more movement. A growing town needed more food than nearby land could give, so food had to come from farther away. That meant more trips, more carts, more animals, more workers on the road. And yes, at some point, wheels appeared. A wheel looks simple, a circle, a piece of wood. But early wheels were hard to use in real life. The ground was not smooth. It had holes, it had stones, it had wet mud. Mud pulled at the cart and slowed it down. Stones hit the wheel and shook it, and parts often broke. Sometimes the wheel cracked. Sometimes the axle, the wooden rod under a cart, snapped. So early carts were heavy and slow. They were built to survive the road, not to race on it. Still, even a slow wheel could save strength day after day. Dragging became rolling. Rolling takes less effort. It saves energy. It saves time. It saves the animals, too. Now people could carry bigger loads. Grain for many days, water in large jars, stones for building, wood for many fires. And with bigger loads, villages could grow. With bigger villages, trade could grow. With more trade, people met more often. Ideas moved with people. One group saw a cart and tried to make one too. A traveler described a wagon in a new village. A trader arrived with a cart, and people asked questions. They did not copy everything perfectly. They copied what they understood. They also changed it. Some places had strong oxen. Some places had donkeys. Some places had narrow paths. Some places had wide open land. Some places had muddy ground. So vehicles changed from place to place. In many areas, wheels worked well. In other areas, wheels were not useful. The land was too rough. The paths were too narrow. People used pack animals instead. In some places, rivers were the best roads, so boats became the main way to carry goods. In other places, long dry land made caravans possible. A caravan is many animals traveling together. People moved in groups for safety. They carried food, cloth, salt, and tools across long distances. The big change was not one single vehicle. The big change was this. People could move more. They could move farther. They could return with goods. When that becomes possible, life begins to change. A road did more than help travelers. It also helped leaders. Picture a small town far from the center. The people grow grain. They make cloth. They trade in the market. One day, a cart arrives with guards. The cart is not there to shop. It is there to take a share. A worker opens a grain jar. The worker pours some grain into a sack. A child watches quietly. The road makes this possible. Without the road, the trip is slow and risky. With the road, the leader can reach the town more easily. And the road works both ways. A messenger can ride out with news. Soldiers can arrive with orders. So a road is not only dirt, it is a way to reach people. It is also a way to take what people have. And roads took work. Workers cleared trees. They flattened ground. They placed stones. They built bridges. Along busy routes, people built simple places to stop. Animals could drink. Travelers could rest. A wheel could be checked. A strap could be tied again. Now, picture another small scene. A trader is halfway to a market town. The cart creaks. The wheel shakes. The trader stops near a road station. A person brings water. Someone helps lift the cart a little. They look at the axle. They tighten a rope. They rub mud off the wheel. Then the trader moves on. This is how roads changed travel, not with magic, with small help along the same path. Roads also changed towns. A village with no good route sells only to nearby people. A town with a good road can sell to far places. More carts arrive, more goods arrive, more people visit. Some families grow richer. Some families work harder but stay the same. And this brings us to the hard chapter. For many people, vehicles were tied to heavy labor. Carts did not load themselves, hands loaded them. Roads did not build themselves, people built them. Many workers were paid very little, some workers had no choice. Many animals were pushed beyond their strength. The comfort of some people depended on the hard work of others. Vehicles also showed social difference. A rich person rode, a poor person walked. A leader traveled with guards and food, a worker traveled with dust and hunger. Some people owned carts and animals. They could trade and grow wealthy. Other people carried loads for someone else. Their lives stayed hard. There is another quiet truth, too. When movement becomes easier, change comes faster. New traders arrive, new prices arrive, new rules arrive. A road can bring new tools and new food. A road can also bring arguments and fights. Still, humans kept building better ways to move, because humans kept moving. People always needed to carry food. They always needed to carry tools. They always needed to reach other people. Then, much later, another shift came. Picture a long uphill road. An animal pulls a heavy cart. Its sides move in and out as it breathes. The animal slows down. The driver stops. Everyone waits. In moments like this, you can feel the limit of muscle. For a long time, most vehicles depended on muscle and nature. Human muscle, animal muscle, wind in sails, flowing rivers. These can be strong, but they have limits. Animals get tired. People need rest. Wind changes. Rivers bend. Then machines began to take a bigger role. Fuel could create steady power. Steady power could pull heavy loads, even for a long time. Now vehicles could become larger. They could become faster. They could carry more. And movement became part of daily routine. Near rivers and ports, workers loaded and unloaded goods each day. They lifted sacks. They tied ropes. They stacked crates in the same places. On busy roads, travelers stopped at the same rest spots. They knew where water was. They knew where animals could drink. Travel still had surprises. A storm could come. A wheel could crack. A road could turn to mud. But compared to older times, the trip felt easier to predict. This changed how people lived. In older times, a long journey could take weeks. You expected delays. You expected stops. You expected uncertainty. In the modern world, many people began to expect speed. Factories built vehicles in large numbers. Cities grew outward because people could travel farther in a day. Food traveled far from farms to markets. Clothes traveled from distant workshops to local shops. Think of a simple modern scene. A shop has bread in the morning. Someone drove before sunrise. The road was dark. The air was cold. The driver carried flour first. Later, the driver carried bread. Then people bought it and carried it home. Many modern comforts are built on small trips like this, repeated every day. But modern vehicles also brought new problems. In busy places, traffic can be loud. Smoke can sit in the air. Streets can feel crowded. Some people spend long hours on the road each week. And in some places, life becomes hard without a vehicle. If fuel becomes expensive, families feel it. If deliveries stop, shops feel it. Movement is still not equal. For some people, travel is easy. They have safe roads, time, and money. For others, travel is hard. They may wait a long time for a ride. They may stand in the cold. They may travel only when they must. One person rides in comfort. Another rides with worry. This difference is not new. Long ago, a rich person could ride while a poor person walked. Today, the shapes are different, but the story is similar. Still, vehicles also carry care. They carry people to work. They carry people home. They carry doctors. They carry food after storms. They carry help when a town is cut off. They carry letters and gifts. They carry families toward each other. And if we look far back again, we can see the same human hope. A parent thinking, how can I bring my family safely? A farmer thinking, how can I move this harvest in time? A trader thinking, what is beyond the next hill? A worker thinking, this load is heavy, but it will feed us. In every age, vehicles have been tied to ordinary life. They are not only machines, they are answers to a simple problem. How do we move what we need to where we need it? And now, here we are. Today, vehicles are everywhere. Some are small, some are huge. Some move on roads, some move on rails, some move on water, some move through the air. And because they are everywhere, we forget how much they changed the human story. So next time you see a vehicle, pause for one moment. When you see a bus, remember long walks on dusty paths. When you see a bicycle, remember the first heavy loads tied to animals. When you see a truck, remember carts of grain moving toward a market. When you sit in a car, remember that for most of human life, people moved at the speed of feet. The world you live in was shaped by movement, by roads built by hands, by loads carried day after day, by journeys that connected towns, markets, and families. And in a quiet way, you are part of that story too. Take one more slow breath. You are here in the modern world, but behind you is a long line of human lives, walking, pulling, rolling, and always trying to make tomorrow a little easier than today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.